Hello tacticians! Let's celebrate the April Fool's Day with another Mythic Journey. And considering the date, who's better than Sho'syl, for no reason in particular other than that I finally got enough of his shards to start the mission chain. Mission 1. Score 8 hits with sniper drones in one turn. This mission is definitely best done in a guild raid, and probably the best boss for it is the Screamer Killer, also affectionately known as Karen. With Vitruvius, it's pretty much an auto-clear if you keep Sho'syl at maximum distance. Without him, you may need to get a little creative with positioning to trigger extra drone attacks with Tangida and Actus. If, somehow, you don't have any of these, you may have to get very creative with some combination of Farsight, Thoriad and maybe Amuk. Anyway, here's a replay of how I did it against a legendary 5 Karen. I'm a bit rusty with the AdMax, so I won't claim this is the best lineup for the map, or a flawless run for that matter. But considering my primary goal here was the mission, I'm reasonably happy with the result. And I've since upgraded my Galatian from legendary 43 to mythic 53, so when we get to Karen again later this season, she'll fucking bounce off him like the little bitch she is. Mission 2. Deal 15,000 damage to enemies with the Marker Light debuff in one turn. Technically, practically, and legally, exactly the same mission as the previous one, since Sho'syl applies his own Marker Light and the sniper drones in a robot's team just shred. For a demonstration in a legendary 5 Karen raid, go and watch the Mission 1 practical. Mission 3. Summon 100 units with Sho'syl. Since Snowprint in their Infinite Countdom decided they don't want every faction to have a campaign available at all times, unless you're watching this video somewhere in the far future, you're gonna have to grind this one out in onslaughts, arenas, salvages, or raids. The quickest progress is definitely going to be in onslaught.
The third Sho'syl's Mythic Journey mission is for him to summon a total of 100 drones, and I think that's best done in Onslaught. And now, normally I would play the Adamantium 1, or Adamantine, or however you wanna conjugate that, Onslaught. For this, I'm going to go back to the legendary Onslaught because the rewards are pretty much the same and the enemies are much softer and don't quite melt my Rivas, Galgords and Aleph, so I can pretty much tank forever, I hope, and summon with Show every turn and pretty much just keep killing with Show, so let's do that. Okay, so after a little fiddling, I think I see a good formation to just keep tanking stuff. There. There, okay, I will maneuver Galgords in formation a little later. There. And like this, I should be able to hold pretty much forever. Now, kill that spore because it would self-explode anyway. And looks like I will have to move Show to be in range. Sad, but necessary. And now it's all about just shooting with throw every turn. And I wonder how many drones he can summon in this battle. If I sound weird, that's not because I'm drunk, hungover, drugged or whatever. It's just I'm still in the bed. Just woke up. And I'm cozy with my head on the pillow. Lazy. Good times. Had the funniest dream ever. Been flying to somewhere, doesn't matter where, I don't know, like with an airplane. And for some reason, the airplane just refused to gain altitude when the pilot gave gas, give gas, Johan. The plane would like gain a few meters even when he went full tilt on going up, and then it started losing altitude again, like the engines didn't have enough oomph in them. Something was definitely wrong there. So eventually the passengers, including myself, started going like, you sure this is like the plane is all right? Because I may have to deal with the winged prime. Let's do that. Yeah, so are you sure this is how the airplane is supposed to fly? Because like you just hit a few trees with the underside of the airplane, which is fear now that I think about it, but hey, dreams, right? And I think we may have cut through a few electricity wires as well. Another weird thing about the dream was that the airplane was arranged more like a bus, so the pilot and okay, I think Show is not gonna have a good time here. The right, the cockpit was accessible from the passenger's cabin. Like I said, it was like a bus. Like the pilot was right there with us. So eventually he gave in and was like, "Yeah, okay, let's return. I'm gonna call this in to the tower." But we've been making fun of him all the time, and he was giggling, and I completely broke him, saying because he was trying to reach the closest con tower, or however you call them, uh, and said, "Dude, if you giggle like this when you're calling this in, the people at the tower are going to think that you're trying to crash the plane or something, or that you're on drugs," and that completely broke down the pilot. He burst into laughter proper, and that's when I woke up. So here I am, still dazed from that dream, and maybe you listen to that. Oh, pretty weird story. And with that, the run of this onslaught is done, and apparently that was only 13 drones, so I think I'm gonna have to finish this mission in indeterminate, that's the word, number of arenas, because, well, Show doesn't have a campaign to play and grind out. Good times. Anyway, moving on.
Mission 4. Defeat 2 enemies under the effect of marker light with Sho'syl in one turn. I haven't tested or researched it, but I highly suspect frags with Sho'syl's ranged attack get assigned to the drone instead, so I am assuming only the missile and Show's melee attack count. While it's technically possible to complete this mission in an arena match, maybe against a team with a BioWar, I highly recommend going for the new and improved Onslaught, because the machines of war can now enter it and you can easily select a difficulty your Show can work with. In short, you'll want to target Show's missile at one target from some place where he can then reach another target you can mark light with Darkstrider or Chonji on the next turn, kinda like this.
The fourth Sho'syl's Mythic Journey mission is for him to defeat 2 enemies under the effect of marker light in one turn. And for that I'm gonna go to Onslaught and I'm gonna drop all the way to Epic / Gold because I like the first wave's composition here, and B, I'm not entirely certain my Sho'syl's missile can destroy reliably an enemy in the diamond sector, and I don't want to repeat this mission, so let's go. So for this I'm gonna take advantage of having Tsonji, which lets me not bring Darkstrider, so being able to bring the machines of war into Onslaught is a nice change, along with being able to choose your difficulty. And other than my wall of Galgords, Rivas and Aleph, I'm bringing Eldrion for demonstration purposes, because I suspect that the mission basically needs to be done using Sho'syl's melee attack. So, how to go about this? Okay. The guns have positioned themselves very acceptably for this, because I think that Sho'syl is going to need to use his missile on turn 1, or well, as the first kill. That puts the marker light on the target enemy. I'm gonna lock the enemies in place using my units and their instinctive behavior, like this. And how strong is my 3,800 blast? Actually, that can wait for the next turn, so at this I'm gonna leave this turn. The key point here is that Sho'syl will need to missile one target, and then he will need to melee another one, because I may have said that before, I'm not sure. I don't believe his ranged attack counts, because I think that assigns the kill to the drone. So right now I have this targeted, which may scare the middle gun, but there is still the east gun whom Sho'syl can reach, so all should be well. There, as expected. And now use your Tsonji or Darkstrider to designate a target for Sho'syl. Make sure it's properly debuffed, or Sho'syl is properly buffed, depending on what team you have brought, and have Sho'syl go do some karate there. And that should probably be the mission done. So now all I need is to focus on clearing the stage. I hate the Gene Stealers. They're so annoying to fight against. There. Since this is Show's show, and that was not on purpose, but it was funny, so I went with it. I may as well use him, right? Says he, and then doesn't use show. Boom. Okay, time for the last wave. Alright, so at the gold tier, the onslaught isn't that much of a pain in the ass as at adamantium, and the rewards aren't half bad, unless you really need out of range. Okay, never mind. Unless you really need adamantium badges. So hell, I may even farm this occasionally when I don't have the time to play a higher level onslaught. Okay. Now, does the mission count like this? It does. Good. Moving on.
Mission 5. Deal 30,000 heavy round damage with Sho'syl. I hope you consider Show's active a higher priority ability to build than I do, because at 1 use per entry, okay, fair too if you bring on she, this mission doesn't exactly progress quickly on Onslaught, and grinding it out in the arena is, well, see for yourself.
The final Mythic Journey mission for Show is for him to deal 30,000 damage of the heavy round type, so using his active. And because of availability, that's probably best done in the arena. And as you can see, the chapter master teams aren't exactly something you want to fuff around with. So if I want to get the maximum points per match, I may not be able to even bring Sho'syl. Oh, let's give this, I can't read Cyrillic, sorry, guy a shot. And it's this arena. Okay, the good news is that Show can reach Mephiston with his rocket on turn 1, so I should hopefully get about 1,000 damage out of this. Well, it deals about 3,000, so 1,500 through the armor. The bad news is that this arena kinda sucks, and twice as much when Celestine is involved because of this choke point, which Celestine can take, and then my Rivas will not get all that much value out of herself. And maybe I can bait her out to here and clap her with Karn. Never mind. Oh, mind. Okay, all is well. I think there may have been some blocking involved, because Mephiston only took about 80 damage. That makes me a rather miffed off Panda. And now what? Okay, so now I'm gonna try and clap Galgords with Ragnar. Next up, I'm gonna try and clap Celestine with Karn, because his active can do that even through the Gemini. He is fun and balanced like that. And then a little Va. Oh, Galgors is too slow to Va. Oh, right, because there's a cliff between this hex and where he's at. Okay, I keep forgetting. That means... Oh, right, because of where Rivas is, Sho would want to, from this hex, drop the drone here, wouldn't he? Great. So instead I'm gonna do this. And well, something's gonna happen. There, keep Galgort somewhere moderately out of danger. Good, that works, and that apparently works. Okay. Luckily, Karn is a fun and balanced character, and oh, there is that little shitter there, and can deliver a lot of hoop ass. And sadly, Galgorts isn't charging anyone. So I should probably stick close, because that will limit how many Grots Snotfloga can spawn. There, it should work. Karn failed. Show didn't. Time to not Va again, because fires. Fuck me. Never mind. Let's do it. And that's the arena cleared, and a massive progress towards the mission done. And well, that's how I will eventually finish the final show's mission, with hopefully just a level 40 active ability. And getting Show to Mythic is gonna be nice, because, well, eventually I expect the Guild Wars cap to increase to include the Mythic tier, and Show is very much a PvP character, with his drones being able to turn the tide very nicely, at least against the AI. If you let him pop them out, he will eventually overrun you. Okay, now please excuse me, I'm going to scream at some more clouds. And that means thank you for watching, Tactician. Kaorin out.